time for Titrat Racing.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Titrat Racing. In this episode, we're going to take care of the winch, get all that sorted out so we know where we can go. Headlights, brake booster and brake lines, and last but not least, steering, power steering cooler and power steering. I'll also bolt in the alternator and the power steering pump, and we'll get them all plumbed up as well. So sit back, watch another episode of us spinning spanners and mucking around. Hope you enjoy it. Cheers guys. Pulled the winch out, as you can see there. Got the rope there. The reason why we pulled it out, I don't know if you remember seeing the footage of old Calibaran, but old Beavesy there smashed it into the mud tank trap a few times, so it's probably full of mud. And the second reason is as well, is we are trying to work out how we can mount the big girl in here. Obviously, it's kind of what we're trying to accomplish here, and having the motor back a bit, we got heaps of room in here to be able to mount it in such area here. So something else we're doing, welded up. Actually, we left you with the shitty looking cab chassis mounts at the front. That's half of one done, and there's the other one there. It's going to have another triangle welded to the back of it, so it's fully strong. You wouldn't believe the amount of strength that's already in there just by putting that one on there. So old Dougie, you write the lean on it again. Got your safety gear on, you got your first battery, first disc. We've got to cut that that black line square that you can see there out for a base of our winch. I'm going to put you on time lapse because this could take a while. How many discs do you reckon, Cal?
I'm going to shoot for four discs.
How many battery changes?
At least 5.
Rightio, well, there you go. So it wasn't that bad, was it, Beavesy?
Nah, 3 discs, 2 batteries, so I was a little bit off with 4 and 5. But
4 and 5? Oh, you're a miner, mate. You're always meant to be off.
hopefully I cut it right the first time. Won't have to do it again.
Well, that's it. Hopefully she's square and he followed the lines, and that way you won't have to do it again. Yeah, good point. So now we'll match it up, try and feed it into here and get our measurements all right and square, and we'll take it from there. So here we go, winch is temporarily mounted. GT, just a couple of welds I've put on the right angle brackets to it. Wait, we pull the cab off again. And then I can get right into that and weld all the base plate up and all the rest of it, and then put more reinforcement actually on the corner braces. And then that should be all good to go. I was thinking while I'm here, I might make the recovery points that I'm going to run off of here and tuck down and around. Keep them up as high as I can so they don't hit any rocks and protrude, and that way when I'm pulling the car in there the shed, I don't no longer have to do it off the rails or the chassis. I can just use the recovery points. So that sounds like a winner to me. So after looking at the other cooler, it wasn't going to fit in. It's got to fit in this section here, and obviously the pipe's heading towards power steering pump. It was only going to fit that way. So to get it in between the bar rack, so it wasn't going to do. So I've got to go back to the one I didn't want to use because it's a bit ugly in that, but it's going in nonetheless. So that's the one I've got to mount. There we go. Like I said, got Leo in the shed before the big storm hit. He's worthy of that. Good old Leo. Alright guys, so we're taking a break from the old workshop. Old Reddles, he's come back from the bush, and he's acquired himself a bit of a 40, so we figured we'd take it out the bush and try and not break it. But have you ever seen such a nice aggressive negative offset as what we got on those fuckers? But Either way, this is what Rip went out bush, drove a tractor, he come back with a tractor. So, either way, thought we'd get out the shed, drink some tins, and see some rain coming over there, so what better place to be than out Mundaring Powerline tracks, getting the girl all nice and dirty. Fuck. I got to have a look from behind, but I think we're going to have to come from around the chicken track down there, get a toe snatch over that point. Yeah, we're going to have to grab this corner, try and pull him as he's trying to bring that around, or otherwise that's going to drop. Yeah, that'd be a good idea, yeah. Oi, oi, stay. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. We've got the strap on this side, we'll pull that back end, straddle it down. So as you can see from behind me, things get very bad very quickly, very sloppy. Yeah, but we're going to tie him up off a corner, pull his arse end around for him once Red gets down from the chicken track, and we'll take it from there. But like I said, very slippery. I'm straddling this like greased lightning. Up, right? It's sharp as you get up this hill. Steady to take up. Straighten up, four. Yep. Right down. Steady again. Stroke the wheel so you don't drag sideways. The other way. Rightio. It's the whisker, Red. It's the whisker. Keep going. Now you get straight. Righto, Red. Now we slide it down. Up. Rightio. Continue. Steady. Red, go forward a bit, mate. Stick gentle. Just. Yep. Right, stop there. Straighten your wheels, yep. Now I want you to hook the other way a little bit. Yep, just that whisker. Yep. Righto, Red. Go! It's as simple as that. How you can get into trouble. So, Brett's got his first recovery under his belt. How do you feel about that, mate?
Oh, piece of piss, mate. I would have reversed up that.
Yeah, at least someone brought their recovery gear, not like us.
We don't need it, we drive a patrol.
No, true. So that's as simple as it is, guys. Come out on a wet weekend at the power line track with your kids. Think you're going to kill a bit of time. Now that poor bugger's got to go home and tell Mum what he's done with the old family cruiser, or he's got to learn to shut the kids up, which either way isn't going to be an easy mission. Alright, one of the other things we did as well is ripped all this janky shit out. What are they? These are the heater lines. Obviously take water from the motor into the heater core so you can get firm hot air inside the car. They also go down to the transmission cooler as well, run the radiator fluid through there to cool that. In this case we're replacing that anyway, and so to get rid of all those we thought was a good idea. So basically what we're doing, we got these, they're the ends off of that stuff. Just shot down to Vils in Farrell Road there. Got these 21mm Welsh plugs, core plugs. So the idea is obviously go out to the old mate Dougie. You know what Dougie, he's just going to silver solder those bangers straight on for us. So we're going to head out there right now actually. It is Saturday, so there's no rest for the wicked. You know Doug digs this shit, so we'll go out and see the old boy, get that done and come back and fit him up.
You can start anytime you like, honey.
No, just thought there's a fucker on the side of the road with a radar. Yeah, just heading out to Douglas Doolies. Get those Welsh plugs welded on the end of the heater lines. So go out to see him, get a bit of footage of him doing his usual cursing, whatever he does, and head back, put it back in the car. I told you it was a perfect fit.
No, that's a perfect fit.
It's a beautiful fit, that's what it is. Don't be like
The
that.
benches are too high, the vice isn't bolted correctly.
It's got one bolt in it, it never used to have any.
Well, it's not bolted correctly, is it?
No, it is not. No, you are right there. The grinder's going to get bolted soon. The grinder will get bolted soon, and then maybe the drill press.
Yeah.
Come on. I was going to say, fuck me, $37 a stick, you don't be flinging it on the brick.
Don't you worry about it.
As easy as that, eh?
As easy as that. It's as expensive as that.
It's as expensive as that. Follows the heat, eh?
So it's like water. It's got a capillary reaction. It just runs down every contact surface, which is good because you get a good seal.
Yeah. So there we go. Oh, you get real close there. Nice seal all the way around. Dougie's just given me the bill, $280 something. I will mention that the Welsh plug was only $1.20 each, so that was the cheap part. Fuck me, I got the whole motor and gearbox for $1,000. But anyway.
Yeah, but you couldn't buy them off the shelf, could you?
No, I couldn't.
No.
Now I know why, because they're too dear.
That's old school shit, mate.
There we go, it's all said and done. They're only tacked on at the moment. I might get old Carl to weld those on. Well, hopefully he will. Get some of his expert welds on those, since we've got to support the whole vehicle off them on a recovery in front of everyone as well at that time. So We definitely don't want them to let us down. So rightio, on to the next job. Now what would the next job be? There's so many. Might finish off the old cab chassis mounts. Not cab chassis, I got them on me mic. The bonnet pins, we've got to replace 2 back ones. Chop off a heap of shit out the back there that you still don't need. And I've had an epiphany, I think that's the right word, that I need to move the motor a couple of inches forward and able to lift the motor a couple of inches higher, or 3 inches all up, just to make sure we've definitely got plenty of diff sump clearance. Because if you have a look underneath here, you can see this piece here. Well, that's where the oil pump is, just behind there. So obviously that's the oil pickup, runs down to the sump. As you can see, I've got that there, which is diff housing. So we go up, you can see between there and there, I think I've maxed out at 9 inches. So I want at least a foot to make sure that's all going to be good. We'll find out either way, by either smashing the sump or clearing what we're trying to clear. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Here we go, guys, just a quick update. Now I told you, I had to move the engine mounts forward, get the motor higher. Well, yeah, we've done that. I'm sorry I didn't film it, but we just jumped into it. But yeah, did what I said, 2.5 inches further forward, 2.5 inches further higher. So yeah, you don't see the sump as bad as before. Weld on our recovery points, and got into welding the winch receiver, or yeah, mount, I guess you could say. And we can just fit that in snugly with a 30mm gap for the harmonic balancer there. So that's all squared as well. So it's pretty much what we got up to today, other than the fact of jacking it up, pulling it off. I did say we're going to call it lifting it. Yeah, but while we got her off, we can get a lot of welding done, as we have been. So I went the next step, and I put a string line with a plumb bob off the center bolt here of the harmonic balancer, which is the center of the crank, and it was pitch perfect on the string line down here. And then I took the string line and ran it all the way through to the center of the pinion gear at the rear, so we know that's dead center of the drive line. And then put a plumb bob down that banger, even though it doesn't look like it. It's dead on the money too. It was millimetre perfect. So the engine's actually where it's meant to be now. Well, where it's going to be. It's 320 mil, I think, from where it was originally situated. So there's finally one of the engine mounts completed. Got the right angle down the bottom for a bit of extra strength. Did what Dougie asked, put that angle bracket in, so when you put them in, they actually slot together easier and they pull apart easier. Don't jam up. There we go. We've got some LED lights for the front of her, a couple of eyeballs, cheapies off eBay like I stated before. Had a bit of a rigmarole with the blokes that I bought them off in Hong Kong, of all people. They reckon 7 and 8 inches are the same thing. Believe it or not, they sent me an email stating that all spotlights that are sold as 7-inch or 8-inch are all 7-inch. So I didn't tell him I'd like that idea much. So he ended up giving us a bit of a discount on them, a whole $10. And as you can see, they kind of fit in there anyway. Would have liked them to be a bit bigger, but it just is what it is. So that's that one. All right, knew it was going to be close, but didn't think it was quite going to be this close. As you can see there, I can't get the dipstick out, and I think that's the MAF sensor. Yeah, it's very close. So what I've got to do is I'm going to cut out some more metalwork, come along, curve it into there, and should fit a lot nicer. Failing that, everything else looks great, I think. Yeah, starting to come along. So I've just taken the panel off the top, the windscreen cover. There's what I stuck in last time. That's basically what's boxed it all out. And obviously we've got to go higher. So I don't want to go any higher than this lip here, because that's what the front cowling is actually bolted into. So we can certainly lift it 1 inch all the way along, come down, join it back onto where we were. So as I showed you earlier on, basically coming up here, level with there, and then round it out into here and neaten it all up. That there, as you can see, is going to give us an inch. So we're going to be able to get the dipstick out, as well as the, I believe it's the MAF sensor hanging off the back of the throttle body. Is going to have plenty of clearance, so it shouldn't hit, well, it won't hit. Won't hit. I just seen there too. We've got to finish out welding that piece. And pretty much the tunnel's kind of done. It does look like Frankenstein, but by no means am I a sheet metal fabricator. But I do like thrashing cars, so I got one of the criteria. All right, so we're going to get into it. I'll leave it going, and you guys can see a bit. Just for you, Angus. It's pretty much not rocket science. What we're going to do is put an angle plate from there to there, which is going to give us an inch clearance, obviously from where it was either side from there to there, and then just plate it in, make it all waterproof. Simple as that. All good. We got the cab back on. As you can see now, we can access the oil stick, and all of this has got plenty of clearance. So all in all, pretty happy with that. Finally got the cab where it's got to be.
I love how Greg waits till he says everyone start pinching the hammer.
Are they moving or?
Yeah.
I think so. Well, we got to use them now because we fucked what we had. Alright guys, that's all we got time for on this episode. Getting towards the 20-minute bracket again. Got big man Cal there.
How are we?
Yeah, so just sending off again. Tell us about the suspension, Callum.
Alright, shout out to Malaga Suspension. Obviously we won a voucher at the Kellerberry comp that we won, and the big girl's got some new shocks to it.
How much was the voucher for, bud?
$1,000.
$1,000.
So,
yeah, we got those two front end bangers for a changeover of $40. So pretty damn happy, and yet again, thanks to Malaga Suspension, 6 Oxley Road in Malaga. Apart from that, we've also got the radiator half plumbed up. So a bit of a spoiler for the next episode. And as we said before, we got the front suspension put in. But failing that, like I said, end of an episode. Thanks to Greg, always, Huggins, MetSpark, TJ Signs, same thing. You hear us say it all the time, but
obviously the lads, Rhett, Brody, Shaz, we're all in on it.
Well, a big shout out to Shaz. Actually, that's my wife. She puts up with us. She probably would rather more time with her, but she knows the way we are. So I am actually, before we go out and say the usual, like, subscribe, which you guys don't, so I'm not going to go too much further with that. But this is our new project to get a few punters behind us. SV1000. We were at the pub the other day, the local establishment, the Manalena Tavern, and we seen a sand dragger come up. I had one of these sitting in the shed doing absolutely nothing, so we figured we're going dirt dragging. Old mate Reddles has put his finger up to say #1 rider. Well, stupid enough, you actually said if Rhett can do 10 straight runs and not come off, he's doing number 11. So the bet's on, guys. We're going to get 8-inch extension for the swing arm, we're going to get a paddle tire, get an electric shift. But a quick rundown is getting the throttle bodies off, which as you can see are pretty damn dirty. We snapped, and this is not our dodginess. This is actually a regular problem I found out when I looked up on the YouTubers that can tell you how to do anything, like build a NASA space station, that they will always do it. It's plastic on a fucking metal head. They will go like that, they'll always crack. Zero stock in Australia due to COVID-19. It's a 12 to 15 wait period because nothing's getting flown out of Japan. So that's what it is. But all right, guys, thanks for watching, and
till next time.
Leave
like
it-
and subscribe.
leave a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment. Do it.
It's always great.